Hello, Mark here from Rockin Walls with another Pro Series tip. This one's going to cover how to make a sweet curve. So there's a couple things I like to use, so let's go ahead and let me talk about those. Let me switch the camera around. Alrighty, so you can hear the roost in the background. Thinks it's pretty sweet. Anyway, so what I'm using is the CPVC piping, which I love. It's a 1/2 inch. Sometimes I may use a flexible ruler, but for the most part, I like the CPVC. When I have really long runs, it's great. You can just take a couple couplers and add them together. So if I'm doing like a long wall section, they're really nice. But they're great for marking things out. Also really wonderful for the client to kind of see the shape. What I've done is just taken two metal stakes, just put them on the corners there, and then happen to have just some weights, some bricks on each end. So next I'm going to go ahead and take that and just draw a Sharpie line on the stone, so we can go ahead and get ready to saw cut this, and then I'll get into explaining how to kerf the stone, or some might even consider it like ribbing, where you cut in little slots. So let's get started. Okay, before I get started, just going to explain it real quick. So I'm going to take the saw, I'm going to do a dry cut so I don't lose my line. Try to get that radius as best as I can. And then after that, I switch to water, and then I'm going to start basically kerfing the stone so I can cut it and then basically knock it out so it can have that really nice shape to it. Now remember, if you forget, always make sure you mark as to what side. So for example, this is the edge right here that basically is the good edge, and this is where we need to kerf it. So I'm actually going to go ahead and spin this stone around and get started. Okay, for the most part, that was probably fairly self-explanatory as to what I was doing. For the more or less, what you're trying to do is just get into the stone and cut sections out. Let's switch it around. So basically, you know, have everything cut. You can see there's a lot of waste, obviously, just making this one little piece. But basically, we're trying to get a really nice connection from the patio parking pad to the concrete walkway, and this is small little transition like this makes a big difference. So sum it up, you go in and you basically cut out, you know, whatever chunks you need so you can get your saw in there. First line I just did was to reference and cut where the Sharpie marker was, and then from there, once I could get in with the saw, you know, it was nice having it elevated a bit so I could get in all the way, you know, clearly was in the dirt a bit, and just go in, you start ribbing it out. You can come back and really clean things up further with a smaller grinder or smaller handheld cutting wheel, diamond wheel. But for the most part, this is going to be buried, so you'll never see it. So the top line is really what you see. And then also you can take a tracing chisel and sometimes come back in and cut the ribs. Now, as you may have noticed as I was cutting, I was just pretty much trying to do about finger width, or, you know, 1.5 inches or so width. You know, it just depends on the stone and how much real estate you need to take out. So that's pretty much it. So thank you so much. I appreciate you taking the time to check out the channel, and if you found this helpful, please give me the thumbs up. And then also, if you have not taken some time, please consider subscribing. And if you have some comments as to how you do things, feel free to put them in there. Love to hear everybody else's feedback. But thank you again. Stay safe, healthy, and rock on. And I forgot the most important thing. Have lots of fun. All right. It's all about fun. Life is too short not to be having fun. All right. Take care.